Is this thing on?
Are you ready, Matt?
You're listening to Box Office Bingers
with Matt Diaz and Ernesto Santos.
Good evening, folks. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you.
We know each other. He's a friend from work.
Box Office Bingers.
And the only way that I know how to do it is to find you a bloody good dump.
He's my friend. I don't have friends. I got family.
I can do this all day.
You know, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
And we are back from a much long hiatus, Matthew. We are back again. Box Office Bingers. How are you, sir?
Ah, man, it's been a minute. It's nice to be back in the hot seat. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
I feel like I haven't seen you for so long.
The last time I saw you was Esteban's wedding. Was in Texas.
Yes.
That was literally the last time I saw you.
Yeah. So for people who've been following along, and we appreciate you do, and you're like, where the fuck is Box Office Bingers been at, man? Got some bangers out there, and there's no binging happening.
No.
Well, you're right.
You're right.
You're right. No box office binging happening. We had anticipated doing one more episode, to kind of like, hey, we're gonna, do one more episode, and we were gonna explain, hey, we're gonna take a break and do all this stuff, and then that never happened. Like the kind of the timing got to us. You can blame Stev for those who listen to the show. Stev, longtime guest on the show, and he decided to get married, and we decided to attend his wedding, and it was actually, it was a lovely wedding. We had a great time.
It was a great. I had a fantastic trip. Like, I mean, it's just a beautiful city. It was a beautiful ceremony. It was just like a really good time with everybody. Like, I had a fantastic time. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Probably the best wedding I've been to. We were around such great people.
Yeah.
And you guys have your Disney crew, but I was very much included in that as well. It was like Disney and Universal.
You're an Matthew. We have made you an honorary member of the Disney Friends. So it's Disney Friends plus Matt.
Plus Matt. I would say that we were probably the life of the party too. I'm just saying.
It's funny you say that. Is
a lot of people were looking over at our table.
They were. We were the life of the party. I mean, Steph even told me that the band was like, man, who are those people? That's right. We bring the party. We make it happen.
We make it happen. Uncle Roger knows how to party.
He knows how to party. Give me a beer.
You know what? Give me 3.
Give me 3.
So within all that, we had taken already a break for Stev's wedding, and then we were trying to squeeze in one more episode, but then timing was not on us, not in our favor, and then Ernesto had another baby.
I did. I'd had another child. So I have 5 children now. I have 5 children. It's been
incredible.
Glorious. We had a little baby girl. She's probably the easiest kid out of all 5 as an infant. It's been pretty great, actually.
I know that you've been taking, you've been on maternity leave, right, for the last couple of weeks?
Paternity leave.
I'm sorry, with a P.
Put a P on it. I didn't push that baby out. No, but you know what? Just on paternity leave in general, that shit is pretty incredible. Like, it is an actual game changer for new and upcoming families. Like, that's something that every company should offer. Like, it makes a huge difference when you're starting a new family. It absolutely does. Like, it just takes a lot of that burden off. And all my other kids, it's like 2 days home from the hospital. It's like, all right, going back to work. It's like,
yeah.
And then she's got to do everything by herself, plus all the house stuff. So it was nice that she can just focus primarily on the baby, and I would help with the baby, but mainly I'm just kind of maintaining the house, getting the kids to school, doing all those things. So it's been kind of nice too to just be home and like not have to worry about work, and just literally being able to concentrate on family has been like a godsend. It's like almost like a life-changing experience. It really is.
That's incredible. And then within all that, we had basically a little over a month break, which is probably the longest, at almost 6 years.
Yeah.
Wait, when did we start?
We passed our anniversary. We actually passed our 6-year anniversary. We were on hiatus during that time.
Oh shit! When is the date? I have no idea when that date.
It's somewhere between. It's like the first week. It's like the first. I'd have to look it up, but it's that first week
Yeah.
in November. Somewhere between the 3rd and the 6th. Maybe it's the 5th. I don't remember exactly. I'm sure
You know,
Matt.
I'm gonna scroll all the way down to because I think we touted as the airing of the first episode was the first, right?
Yeah.
That's what we deemed it as, like when the
Yes.
episode went live? Yeah.
Yes.
And I know we just last year we just celebrated 5 years. And yeah, we are very let's see, hold on, we're almost there. 5, 5
But it's crazy. I mean, we
November
had
10th.
no. I
Wow,
was
we missed
close.
it.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like it's between the 3rd and the 5th. You were way wrong. It's okay.
Yeah. November 10th. Okay, so yeah, so now we've been doing this for 6 years now,
Yeah.
and a month has been the longest after 6 years later, this has probably been our longest break, which is kinda crazy.
Yeah. Because
And now we're on episode 274
we
right
started
now,
in, was it 2019?
2019, yeah.
So I've had 2 kids since we started this podcast.
Yes. And when you had, Eli,
Eli.
we didn't even take that long of a break. I think we had, like, 2 weeks, and then we were right back at it, actually.
Actually, so we did take a break, but we pre-recorded a bunch
Yes,
of
we did.
stuff. We pre-recorded a bunch of content before we took a break to put
Yeah.
out while we were on break. But this time
Right.
we had some stuff planned and that didn't work out, but we just, you were busy with work. I mean, it's prime time for you at Halloween Horror Nights, so I get it.
Yeah, it was prime time, and now it's all gone. I'm
Now
literally
Matt's
seeing the
like,
walls
now Matt's
destroyed.
on the couch.
Yeah. Back on the couch. Back to binging. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was just a crazy time for the both of us. So yeah, and now we're back. And funny enough, I have a funny story to tell you before we even get started. I was full on. I had to be Uncle Matt during this time as well. So you were over taking care of your newborn, and then circumstances came over to my house or Megan and I's house where everything is fine, but my sister had to go to the hospital and it was an emergency.
Oh, I hope she's
And
okay.
so yeah, she's okay now. She did have to go get surgery and she was in the hospital for 3 days, but everything is good. She's back home. Everything's okay. But we had a little bit of a scare. And so within that, it was like getting a call saying, "Hey," it was from her fiance. It was like, "Hey, we're going to the hospital. We need you to look after the kid." And you're like, "Oh shit, I don't know what to do."
How old is this child?
18 months.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
we got 18 months.
You're you're watching a toddler. Oh,
What a toddler.
oh, that is fucking great. I cannot wait to hear the rest of the story.
And so then, we're talking to Megan and said, we don't know how long we're having this kid for. And so it was a very much we had my nephew for about 3 days in this. And by day 3, I think we got it. I think we got the understanding. Day 1, little rough. Little rough day 1, little rough. Day 2, learning for the stakes in day 1. Day 3, I think we got the handle this. Then day 4, we were able to like take him to daycare. Everyone's back home. Everything's back to normal. But those 3 days though, I will say, I have never been a parent and I'm still not a parent. But that was the closest I've ever been to taking care of somebody and having that level of like your time is not yours anymore.
No, no,
It's completely gone.
no.
And so like at this point I went to work, right? Megan dropped off my nephew at daycare. We also had to take care of a dog too. Luckily
Oh,
my sister's not that far from the house, so like we decided to go back and forth
yeah.
to walk the dog and everything. But my nephew was here in the house. So we had to go back to their place. We had to find a crib, the bottles. We're asking so many questions, like what does it eat?
What does it eat?
e-
Is
what
there
does
just like a
he eat?
jar of baby food that I just need to
Yeah,
get?
Well, they say he eats anything. And it's like, but he tells you what he wants though.
Yeah.
Like he said he eats anything, but then like he takes out of his mouth, that's not anything. He doesn't want that. That's a lie.
What is this? And let me tell you, toddlers are very vocal about what they want and what they don't want.
Yeah. Yes. We learned a lot in these 3 days, Ernesto. We
Oh,
learned a lot
man.
in these 3 days. So then, as we were giving, and then it's so funny because then like we had Bluey on the TV 24/7.
Of
Kid,
course.
kid loves Bluey. We had at this point it was a system. There was a schedule.
Mhm.
There's a regiment. Stay on the regiment, then you have some sanity to your life. And so like I learned that if you drop him off before 8:30, he gets breakfast at the daycare.
Ooh,
All right.
man.
game changer.
Oh
Now
yeah.
we make sure he gets to daycare by 8:30. So that's one less meal we have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? We're in survival mode right
Oh,
now. It's like
I
I don't
love
gotta
hearing
feed him
this.
on I don't gotta feed him. I only gotta worry about one meal. And then we get to the one meal, and we're like, okay, what are we making? What are we making right now? We got finger foods. We got chicken nuggets. We got mac and cheese. We got pasta. All right. We tried we found out he didn't really care for rice, but he loves applesauce. So then we got these what do you call those?
The
Like
packet, the little
little
yeah,
packets of applesauce, right?
yeah.
So he gets back from school, gets a little hungry, give him some applesauce. Megan starts cooking. I start entertaining as Megan's cooking. Megan goes down. We sit him down at the table. He's pretty good at the table, right? He likes to play with the food, but also wants to use his hands. He's not a big fork guy, and so then he starts stuffing his hands. You know that he likes it because then he starts doing he has like this sign language. So it's what is it? I think it's
More.
well. Yes, there you go. That's
Yeah,
it.
you
That's
put
it.
your hands
Yeah.
together. For those just listening, you just put your hands together and you just
Yes.
say
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
And so like we know like he's all done. He goes, huh?
Yep.
Huh? He's like, okay, we're on a roll here. He wants more. We're doing good.
We're
The kid's
communicating.
not starving. We're doing good.
Doing good. Making progress. He's
Making
fed.
progress. He's happy. He wants more.
He wants more.
And so then, all right, now we got the dinner situated. We're good there. Entertaining him a little bit more. Now it's bath time. Bath time getting ready. Someone's making a bottle. All right. I thought there was like a whole process of making this bottle. Nope, just milk. Surprise to me. Thought there was a whole formula, convoluted system. Nope, just straight milk.
So you're way past that stage. But that, at
Yes.
least you're thinking just in case, because every kid is
Just in
different.
case. Yeah, we stole so much shit from their house because we didn't know what we do. We took a crib, we took some milk, we took a whole bunch of clothes. Like also, it was that 1 week in Florida where it's cold all the time, and so we
Yeah,
had like
find
we
out
got to
it's
layer him
cold.
up. Like I'm not sure how cold. I'm not how sure he gets cold that easily. So we got to put him in jackets, put him in long pants, put
Yep.
him in long sleeves. We
Yep.
don't want the kid getting cold,
Nope.
right? Bath time, right? Then this kid shits like a monster. All right, like we put the diaper on him, right? He's like, we're clean to go. We put gloves on the first time. Just you never know what you're going to find when you open that thing up,
That's cute.
right? Yeah, that's cute. Eventually, Megan's like, you want the gloves? Like, I don't got time for gloves. There's shit in this diaper.
There's so much shit.
There's so much of it.
I just changed you.
It changed you. How'd you do it so fast?
How did you produce so much shit out of your body?
You stand him up, shit. Like, damn it.
Oh my god. Oh, that's fucking great. That's it, Matt. So what was your biggest learning from that experience?
Oh, the regiment, like we're getting to, like I think as long as we stay on like it's a process. It's just a process, and also again, you don't really have much time because then after bath time, get him a bottle, starts getting him to sleep. You got to put his sound thing on, right? Luckily, when he knocks out, he was gone for 8 hours, but also 6 o'clock, he's ready to go. Now, luckily, I had to be to work at 8, so that timeout was really nice because I would get it, and then if I wake up and he's not up yet, that's even a bonus. That means I can shit him. You know what I mean? I don't got no one knocking on my door being like, "Yo, there's shit in this diaper."
It's like, hey, what's up? You up? It's like, yeah, all right. Let me pinch a loaf.
Yeah. You ready? Great.
Great.
Here it is.
All right.
Sorry for a lot of shit jokes. But anyway, but yeah. So then you got to get him up. You got to get him ready because again, we ain't missing that breakfast time.
Nope.
That breakfast window is very important.
Yes,
And
it
then
is.
and so then right. So going back a little bit, he goes to bed. Right, baby in bed, 9:30. Great. Guess what? Now you're gonna go walk the dog. All right. So we gotta go back out. Gonna go walk the dog. Come back. Right. 10:30. You get to take a shower. You get to go to and you get to relax. Guess what? You're tired. You're going to bed.
Yeah.
That's it. Your day's gone.
Yeah.
Day's over.
You blink and the fucking day's gone. It's amazing.
Day's gone. This way, you wake up at 6 a.m. Kid has a shit diaper, and you're back on the road, baby. We're not missing that breakfast.
Nope.
And so like that was my life for 3 days. I'm like I get it. Like you don't get a lot of free time, and we always knew that, right? And
Yeah.
I wasn't oblivious to that. But now like this was a situation that now you got to step up as Uncle Matt. That's what we got to do. And so it was definitely a team effort. I could not have done half the stuff we did without Megan being there. Luckily, she was home because she travels a lot for work. So that was a very great timing on that part. And yeah, and that was that was the situation. And luckily I have a great nephew. He's as in good spirits, always smiling. But then like you get the quirks. You love the kid. Sit down, watch Bluey, and see learn a few things. So
Did you end up watching a few episodes of Bluey?
we're talking about we binged that shit. You know what I mean?
It's like,
There's some good
duh.
stuff in there.
Man,
You learn a lot.
I'm
So
so happy you had this experience. That just fucking warms my heart. And you know what the funniest part about that is the daycare thing, because that's an expert move right there. That's what you're supposed to do. So you get even if you're gonna be early to work, you get them there for breakfast. Just get them there for
get them there for
breakfast.
breakfast.
It's literally one less thing you have to do in the morning.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not paying for anything, but I know they're paying for a lot of money for that daycare. You best believe we're going in for breakfast. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Well,
I'm trying to get your money's worth.
it's like, you got breakfast for me too? Kids gotta eat, I gotta eat.
I got here early too. Where's my Cheerios?
I want a snack.
And then apparently this daycare sends photos. So then we were getting photos, from there too. It's like, oh, look at them.
That's kind of
Look at
cute.
them go.
That's kind of cute that they included you in the photos and all that stuff too.
Yeah, yeah. But it was so funny too because I walked in and I don't typically I'm on the emergency contact, but when I first get there, they're like, whoa, 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 who this? And then my nephew, he knows me obviously, so he like gets up, he starts running because I'm the favorite, and and then he goes, and then she go, oh, you the uncle? And like it's funny that where everyone's like, oh, you're the uncle, you're the uncle. It's like you've never seen me before in my life, but you already knew that I was the uncle. That this is the tip top shape establishment they got going on over there.
They got your picture
So
on file.
yeah, I got a picture on file and everything. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it was definitely an experience, and I just thought it was very fitting. I knew I had to tell the story because Ernesto, obviously, you're dealing with your newborn and everything. So I was like, oh, this is a great welcome back story that, like, something I had to deal with, and obviously, I learned a few things. We got pretty efficient about changing that diaper, so
It becomes an art form.
it becomes an off form. Yeah, you start getting into the routine yourself in it even. So like it feels very structured. At least in the obviously when they get older, things change,
That's the
obviously. But
key. No, not really.
no,
Just the only thing that changes is the schedule. But kids, they thrive on consistency. That's just one less thing they have to worry about and think about.
yeah,
They already know, oh, this time, this is what this is coming at this time, this is coming at that time. And their little brains can focus on other things. You keep the schedule, they'll be happy.
yeah. It's crazy too because again, like we get home, he's like, okay, we gotta start making dinner because we gotta keep up with the schedule. This kid, he needs bath time around 8 o'clock. He needs to be in bed by 9:30 because I need sleep too.
Yep.
So, but yeah. Anyway, it was. I you know what? I loved it. It was a great time. I didn't hate any of it. It was like at this point, like you're in focus mode, and then after that, once you get into the rhythm, you're like, okay, this is just the steps we have to do for
Yeah.
today.
This
Um,
is your life now.
yeah,
Just what you
and
just
and you
accept
lucky,
it.
and so with all that, I don't even know. I'm struggling over here with one, and you got five you're dealing with this whole time.
It's I don't know, man. People make it seem harder than what it actually is, and I think, but
That's
a lot
fair.
of it, I think, has to do with what you put into it. Like,
Sure.
there's people who aren't good parents, so obviously they're not going to have good kids. I mean, and
Correct.
there's kids who are harder than others. There's kids who have issues, and you just have to roll with the punches. Like, what am I going to do? Bitch about my infant getting up to eat every 2 hours? No, because she has to eat. She has to
Yeah.
eat, and she can't control herself, so she shits all the time. She shits every time she eats. Guess what? She blows her fucking diaper out.
Bam.
And she's not even a month old, so she can't change herself. So guess what? She relies on us to
Yeah.
take care of her. I mean, that's just kind of. I guess I've just come reserved to it. Like, it just kind of
Yeah.
like, it is what it is. What am I gonna do? Be mad about? Oh, she's getting up every 2 hours. Oh well, she's an infant. She has to eat, dumbass. Like, what do you think? Like, what are you gonna do? Get mad about lack of sleep? Said, okay, well, it is what it is. I guess it's just because I work overnights. Like, that shit, just like having lack of sleep. Like, that shit don't bother me. It just doesn't bother
Yeah.
me anymore. I stopped.
That's just part of the game, baby.
That's just the
Lack
role
of
of it.
sleep.
That's just, it is what it is. Like, you just gonna have to deal with it. Like
Yeah.
I'm
If you worried about sleep, you don't get anything done. I mean that's part of it.
yeah. Like, we go to, like, we lay down somewhere between 8 and 9, and we get up every 2 hours, and then we get up together. She feeds her. I mean, obviously, I can't feed her. I don't have the breasts to supply the milk that she needs.
Sure.
So I need to help. So I change
Yeah.
the diaper, and she takes care of the rest. So I get up and I have my fucking stupid. I sleep in my CPAP machine, so I have that stupid fucking thing on my face, and I'm just changing her diaper with my eyes half open. Like, I just hand her back the baby, and I go back to sleep. Like,
you're good.
Yeah. She's like, all right, you got her. All right. She's like, can you burp her? I'm like this. Just tapping her back. It's like, all right, here you go. She burped me. I just, and then I move on. And then I have to, and then now, because she is taking care of just the baby, so I got to do the morning routine. So at 5, I got to get up my oldest because he's got to catch the bus by 6. But then if I get him up at 5, then I can go lay down for another hour. I go lay down, and then I get the 2 littles up, 6:15. They don't, and see, they have breakfast at school, so I don't even have to feed them breakfast. I give them a snack, put their school clothes on. They do on YouTube, they have these Danny Go exercise videos that they like to do. So they jump around, they terrorize to get some energy out for them to get the day going. They watch some Danny Go. We get in the car, I get him on the bus, and then I get my middle schooler up. And by that time, he's good. He's already got himself up. I just got to make sure he's out the door by 7:30, and then that's it. And then they're off to school. And then we have the whole day to ourselves until 3 o'clock, because then that's when I got to go pick up the littles from the bus, and then I got to go pick up my oldest from his bus, and then my middle schooler, he just walks home, and then they're home. And then it's like, oh, but your kids are home. It's like, who cares? Like, they live here. What do you mean? Like, like people, I don't understand when people get this like they're apprehensive about their kids. It's like, they came from you. Like, why are you bitching about how your kids act? Because they either learned it from you or they inherited that shit from you. So that is what you brought to them. So how about you just have to deal with it? It is what it is. Like, if you don't like something about your kid, you need to go look in the mirror at yourself and see how you put that on them. Like, I don't know. Like, my kids are wild, but I know they get it from me. So I don't care. Like, whatever. Who cares? I don't give a shit. Like, I have to raise them. I don't know, man. Kids is hard. It's a beautiful thing to raise a human being. It's a wild thing, especially now. Like, my oldest, he's driving. Like, it's weird. I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and my oldest is driving me around. It is nerve wracking. Yeah. But it's like when he does it, like, he drove on the highway, and I was like, wow, you did good. Like, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to see a human being grow up after you've raised him.
And you know what? Driving on the highway is the easiest thing. You're just going straight. It's the other stuff you got to worry about. Some people are scared of driving on the highway.
Yeah, which is
like, to me, driving the highway is very easy. To me, that's very simple. But the other stuff, like, the 3-point turns and the reversing and like even parking sometimes can be scary.
Yeah, that's one. It's a funny story. We're kind of derailed a little here, but
we haven't even started the show.
We haven't even started the show yet. But this is what happened with me and Matt haven't talked for a month. So
yeah, right. You're gonna be listening to this.
You're listening to us catch up. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Yeah. Either deal with it or check the timestamp and skip ahead.
Yeah, we'll tell you when we actually start the show. We don't know when it started.
We don't know when it's gonna start. It's gonna be soon, but not anytime right now. So
timestamps will be at the bottom.
We're driving. I'm taking him to his basketball game. He drove on the highway. Said, "Oh, you did good." I was like, "All right, just go park anywhere." And then I go, as soon as we got into the parking lot, I go, "Oh fuck, we haven't gone over how to park in parking spots." We get in the parking lot. I'm like, "Just park there." And I was like, "Oh no, don't do that, don't do that." I was like, "Just park somewhere where you feel safe." He put us
way over.
Yes, way in the back, like literally, like 2 rows from the back. I was like, all right, well, let's see if we can just take a tram to the front of the building.
How are you like, I'm going to park a mile off the road, okay? I feel comfortable here.
I'm safe here.
Oh, man.
It was a fun experience. It was good. It was just funny.
Sure it was. Yeah, I remember my first time driving, and my dad, he was teaching me how to drive, and he was very much, he's like, okay, yeah, we're doing good. We're at like an empty parking lot. He's like, all right, we got to go up here, go on the highway. He's like, the highway? He's like, yeah, go up. And you're literally like this the whole time, very shaky, 2 hands on the wheel. You're like, these cars are just moving fast, and you just got to keep up. Like, trial by fire, baby, don't crash, okay?
No. He gets a little nervous. I'm like, I don't want you to speed, but I at least need you to go the speed limit. Just get us up to the speed limit, and then we can work from there.
Yeah. Like there is such a thing as too slow, and that's what's happening a little bit right now.
Yeah, too
We
slow.
gotta,
Too slow
we gotta
can be just as dangerous as too fast. Like I need you just go the speed limit. Or like he'll start on the road and then he speeds up. I'm like, all right, you're on the road. He's like, all right, I got it. I was like, all right, speed limit's 35. Oh,
move.
but considering he's only been doing it for like a month and some change, and he's driven like only a handful of times, I was like pretty pleased. You know, I was like,
Yeah.
we're all alive. There hasn't been a crash. There hasn't been any incidents that's been like, oh, maybe we should take a step back from driving. Like,
Let's take a break for like a day or two.
there hasn't been any of those moments. So it's that
Oh,
I'm
man.
very pleased with that.
Yeah, but you're right. This is what happens when we don't talk to each other for a long time, and then typically this is stuff we talk about before we're recording. But guess what? This is part of the process.
Yeah, excuse me.
Um, but yeah, you know what? Let's try to get this back on the rails. This has been fun, catching up, and I'm sure this is going to be happening all throughout.
Oh yeah. All right, we're just getting kicked off.
We're
All
just
right,
getting
Matt.
kicked off.
I guess you could tell the people what movie we're
Yeah,
actually
sure.
gonna
Yeah,
review.
we haven't even said
What are we
movie
here to
we're on.
actually hear? Let's tell the people we're actually here to talk about.
Yeah, where is it? Time minute 30 or something. Anyway, doesn't matter. We are going to be talking about Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, starring Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth, and Christoph Waltz. This was a very highly anticipated movie
Yeah.
for the both of us. You know, as soon as we heard that Guillermo del Toro was working on a Frankenstein movie, I was like, hell yeah, let's go. Again, if you don't know who Guillermo del Toro is, he's the writer director behind The Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth, Pacific Rim, Hellboy 1 and 2, Blade 2, Crimson Peak, Nightmare Alley, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is based on the 1818 novel Frankenstein, semicolon, or the modern Prometheus by Mary Shelley. And so a lot of people were saying this was a faithful adaptation of the book to screen. And I mean, right off from the jump, this movie looks massive. It looks
Yeah.
gorgeous. I mean, just the production design, we'll get into it a little bit later, but it's just incredible work. You can
Yeah.
tell there's a lot of passion that he put behind this project. And so, I mean, he's even said it before that he's been wanting to do this movie for quite some time now, and you know Netflix was willing to give him the budget. Hell, the last movie he did was Pinocchio, won them the Oscars. So
Yeah.
Netflix like, we'll give him all the money at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm very interested on your take on this one. I'm kind of interested to where your thoughts is on this.
yeah, and also like I had the very fortunate opportunity. It came in select theaters. I drove all the way to Lakeland to go catch this movie in theaters because that was the closest one, in Orlando to go catch it. So like, I saw it I saw it before the wedding. Actually.
You did? Yeah, I remember.
It was like 2 weeks before the movie hit Netflix. So I feel like, ooh, I got a little jump on, a little head start. And then now recently, just to refresh my memory, there was a documentary on Netflix called Frankenstein: The Anatomy Lesson, I believe, and it was like a 45-minute behind the scenes documentary of making Frankenstein. So I recommend anyone watching that as a companion piece because it was really good. In addition to a couple of breakdown videos and like again some refreshers, but yeah, it's some yeah, this is one that we have on docket for quite some time. But before we dive into Frankenstein as our spoiler review of the week, clearly there's been a lot of news that's been happening here these last few weeks and this past month that we've been gone. However, we're going to put the news on pause because we have so much what we've been watching that we really want to dive into that. So we kind of discussed that maybe before the end of the year, we're just going to have one big news segment of a couple of the top stories that happened since we were gone and basically through the end of the year. So we're kind of going to compile all that into one episode in the future before the end of the year happens. So for now, we're going to be skipping the entertainment news, going right into a fun segment we like to call "What You're Watching." So Ernesto, start with you. What have you been watching?
Ooh, so I think before actually I'll go ahead and just get started because I have
Okay.
I've been on paternity leave, so I have much to review with you. So I'll start with
Yeah.
this. I actually watched this on the plane on the way to the wedding. I watched the Perfect Neighbor documentary, which details the incident between Ajika Owens and Susan Lorenz, which actually happened right here in Central Florida about this woman who was shot through the door by her neighbor. And this documentary compiles it that it's just body cam footage and footage from the sheriff's office with interviews, and it is really really well done. I mean, this is probably one of the best documentaries I've seen. Um, it's just the way they were able to compile the footage but still to tell a narrative throughout. I thought was just amazing. Like you're able to piece it together through the body cam footage. Like it's not jumbled. I really like that there's not like sit down interviews. Sometimes those are nice too, but I feel like those can kind of pull you out of where this just kind of plays the story out bit by bit and lets you kind of have your own you have your own takeaway and understanding at the end. And it's a heartbreaking documentary. It's very sad, but I think that this is a necessary watch. Like a lot of people, like you should watch this. This is it 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 shows you like stand your ground laws and just kind of how that played into the whole thing, and just kind of the whole lead up, not only the event but also the lead up to the event, with body cam footage from the officers and different interactions that they had with both neighbors and people who were on that street leading up to the fatal shooting. It's heartbreaking, it's very sad, but um it's very good and very informative. It really kind of lays out the whole situation to you.
Yeah, it's something that's been on the docket. Megan said she watched it and she was, she said this was a really good documentary. I have not seen it yet, but it's been on my radar. It's one of those things I did not just get. I have not had time to watch this one.
Yeah, it's you have to kind of, and this is one of those you have to like really be in the mood for it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, again, everybody I spoke with, and they basically they told me the gist of what this is. You gave me a good placate of a good overview of what the vibe was, and so I'm like, okay, this looks interesting. And yeah, everyone who said like just the way that I think more importantly the way that the story was put together was probably the most impressive thing within all this. It
Very
even says
effective.
right there on the poster, the film plays out like a thriller. It very much sounds like that as
Yeah.
it was leading up to these true events. Obviously, you're seeing it happen and again with no talking heads, just purely off the footage um that is provided for you, and it's
Yeah.
edited in a way where you make your own conclusion on on the situation.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think if you're on the fence and watching it, you should absolutely watch it. It's definitely worth your time. So I'm gonna move to something that is we're two movies that were not worth my time. So that's
Oh, not worth your time.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, okay. Let
Well,
me.
I see one title that
So
is actually on my list, so go ahead.
your
Okay.
list that you've seen it, or your list that you're gonna watch it.
It was on my list of things to watch,
Yeah. So
which
what?
was The House of Dynamite.
Yeah. So we'll start with the House of Dynamite. This is this
Okay.
Netflix movie where they detail about a nuclear event coming to the U.S. And just kind of the steps that are in place that the government takes. And I remember reading some interviews that they did a lot of research that this is pretty much the steps that they would take in case something like this would happen. And the first third of it is truly compelling because you do get that step by step. The problem is that after you finish, you go right back to the beginning two more times and you see the whole thing play out through another person's perspective. But it's just, and I'm usually okay with that because you do get a little bit of different nuance. But to me, it wasn't enough that made it effective. So it's like
Mm.
we're seeing the same story two more times, and it just it like that it just got old. It got old real quick, and then like to me, I was like checked out afterwards. I was like, okay, well, obviously we know how it ends. Like you get like a lot of the dialogue is exactly the same because you're going back into these same scenes just
Right.
from another person's point of view, and you get a little bit of perspective where it would have been better if they had just put it all together and you get one ending, but you're going back and forth on these perspectives in the middle of it as it's happening. I think
Huh.
I think it would have been better if it had been edited differently.
Interesting. I did not even know anything about that.
Yeah,
Like
so
that type of storytelling.
yeah, which we've seen before, and it's can be done effectively. It's just
Yes.
it just for me it got old real quick, and then like by the end of it, I think I was like falling asleep. We were watching it while we were in the hospital. This was after we had the baby. We were in the hospital. We're like, oh, this is good. Let's watch this. And then it's like, oh, like I remember falling asleep, and she was like, you didn't miss much. It's the exact same thing. I was like, okay.
This great hospital watch.
So then another hospital home watch, which was an I was like, oh, it's an A24 movie. And I wish I had got it so you could see the picture with it too, but it's called Good Time. It's by the Safdie brothers, and it's starring Robert Pattinson. And that was a thing that got me. But Robert Pattinson plays this dirtbag, and it's like this robbery that's gone wrong, and he's like trying to get his brother out, and he's just like, he just continues to do horrible shit this entire movie. There's like one point where he's like making out with this 16-year-old girl in this random house. It's very strange. It's just like he's like an asshole to all these other people, and like there's like drugs involved and money. It's like he douses this guy with acid, and he's like the guy's like freaking out in the ambulance. It was just strange, but it was kind of good in the beginning, like the first 30 minutes, and then it just slowly started to lose me. And then I got to a point where I was like, I'm already invested. Like I've already invested like an hour into this movie, so I kind of want to see how it ends. And that's kind of where it was. It was a weird movie. It was a weird role for Robert Pattinson. I think it was interesting. It was something very different for him. So it was maybe that's what it was. But you know, and I like this, and I like the Safdie brothers. We just saw Benny Safdie direct Smashing Machine. So I was like, oh, let me give it a shot. And he's actually in the movie. Benny Safdie plays Robert Pattinson's brother in this film.
Interesting. You know, it's funny because I've seen the trailer before. This movie came out a while ago.
It's like 2017, 2018, something like that.
Yeah, and I remember watching the trailer, and I was like, this isn't really my style. And now you're saying if you didn't really like it, you know, that much, and it's from the Safdie brothers, and like maybe I'm just not a Safdie guy. Maybe that's not my style of movies. But I remember this was the movie, or this was like a string of movies that Robert Pattinson did that were like, oh, this guy can do other things than, you know, be Edward Cullen in Twilight. And I think he was able to do this crazy role that people kind of saw him differently. And I think this and other movies that he was doing around this time got him Batman.
And maybe that's a good way to put it, because it is a if you want to see him in a very different role, then watch this movie, because he does play this role very well. It's just the situation that they put him in, like this, it's just a weird movie, but it is a really interesting role for him as a character. Because I do think the best part about that movie was his portrayal of this crazy person that he was.
Okay.
So now I'm going to move on to a really sad movie on Hulu. It's called Ghostlight. It came out last year. This movie is a heartbreaking family drama. So you're with this guy, and he's dealing with the fallout from his son committing suicide. With him and his girlfriend, they make a pact to kill each other. His son dies, and the girl lives. So you're dealing with the fallout of that, and he's kind of going through the motions, and he's, you know, not really dealing with it. And he comes upon this acting troupe, and they get him to start acting to kind of give him something to do. And ironically, the show that they're going to do is Romeo and Juliet. So I thought it was really interesting that they had these two things going on at once, where him like acting and learning this new skill and kind of coming into this new part of himself. But then the first story they do is something that he relates to directly in his life, where he's
right.
So not only is he doing this, but he's also processing. In doing this, he ends up processing his son's death. So I actually thought it was beautiful. It's a great movie. I was boohoo crying. Like it's really, really good. It kind of flew under the radar. It came out last year.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's on Hulu or Disney Plus now. So it's definitely worth it. If you like a good, heartwarming family drama, this is a solid go-to. Very, very good. So let's see what else we got. I started that Apple TV show Pluribus, the new Vince Gilligan's new show. It's crazy. It's like I'm so confused, and I fucking love it. I only watched the pilot. Like a bunch of crazy shit happens. Like I don't even want to tell you too much. I think you should just go watch it. it
Yeah,
is.
it's on the radar. I heard nothing but great things, especially from the pilot. Like, a lot of people are raving about the pilot.
And out of Better Call, and she was the best thing to come out of Better Call Saul. And she's leading the show. It's fantastic. It's so good. She's great. I can't wait to see more of what this show is going to produce. And I love the feeling of being confused because it's like something I'm not really getting at, and then something that might
Yeah.
come to me later, and I can go back and have revelations and realizations later. So this is always a fun time when starting a new show. So
Yeah, and especially from a show from Vince Gilligan,
who you don't
who's
miss?
so
Breaking
far, no, he
Bad,
does not.
Better Call Saul, and I know this is an arguable thing, but I think Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad. So
Yeah, I've
I,
heard a lot of people say that.
when I say that, sometimes people are like, "Well, how can you say that?" It's like you need to watch
Yeah.
that shit. Like it just is. It just is. Like he knows how to write characters, and it's very evident that is continuing on in this show as well. So
Yeah, and also another kudos to Apple TV, because they focus on creators. It's like
yep,
another person that probably were like, "Hey, Apple's willing to give you money to do whatever you want." That was a surefire. That was a huge get for Apple TV, and it just continues their trend of making good content.
yeah,
I feel like Apple TV doesn't really miss too often. Like, they have a lot of stuff for a lot of people, but you don't hear a lot of people saying, "Yeah, that show like was really really bad." I feel like it's finding its audience for the shows that they're making.
yeah. So solid show, solid show. So before we get into to stuff that we're sharing, I have my honorable mentions of things that I've
Mhm.
watched. So with the kids, with my oldest two, I showed them I Am Legend for the first time.
Oh,
The
okay.
fucking movie still holds up. Still so good. Like I may be whatever about Will Smith, but that is a fantastic movie, which I didn't realize was directed by Francis Lawrence.
Yes, yes, it
So I
was.
was like, oh, Hunger Games, look at you doing that shit. Like I guess it just escaped me that he was the
Yeah,
director of that film. So when I
and
saw
he
it, I was
also
like,
did The Longest Walk that came out earlier this
yep,
year.
yeah, he did do the long walk as well. Yeah, so it was a nice I guess it was a nice realization for me to realize
Yeah.
that he was the director for that film.
Yeah,
Um,
banger director.
I watched most of the Bill Skarsgård, The Crow. It was fine.
Oh,
Like,
I'm surprised you even decided to watch that. It looked like not my cup of tea.
see,
No,
because
thank
I
you.
really liked the original one with Brandon Lee, the one who died, I believe is his name, Bruce Lee's son.
Yes, I believe you. Yeah, I think so.
Um, I'm gonna look that up just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's who it is. So I was a fan of the original series, and I really liked Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, Brandon Lee. Yep.
Brandon Lee, excuse me. Um, it was fine. Uh, it's exactly what you expect from it. It's just some of the action's kind of cool, and like it's like an updated version of the original.
Mhm.
You're not really missing too much. I watched so on TikTok. I always get these reels of clips of Timothy Chalamet and Stephen Carell in the movie Beautiful Boy.
Oh, yes.
And I
Yes,
had
I've heard
never
of it.
seen the movie, and I go, I'm so tired of watching these fucking clips and not like really understanding it. So I watched it. Fucking beautiful movie. It's great. I'm sure have you seen it?
Yeah, a long time ago though. I mean, it's like I saw it when it came out. So, but I don't remember much from it, but I remember it being like pretty solid.
It's very good, very sad. It's dealing
Very
with a
sad.
son who's addicted to meth, and I didn't even realize that it's based on true memoir. So there actually is a
Mm.
true story wrapped in there, and I thought it was really good. Solid performance from Steve Carell and Timothy Chalamet. So it's on Amazon Prime. If you've never seen it, it's definitely 100% worth your time. Um, I started John Wick Ballerina and fell asleep. Didn't really get a chance to finish that one. I would like to go back and rewatch it because I remember you
Yeah.
saying that you did enjoy it.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was pretty solid. Very, very much it's followed the same style as John Wick. It's obviously not the same vibe, but I think for the most part it captured it made it its own, but not doesn't reach the same levels as John Wick.
yeah, exactly. Another one movie I watched with the babies, which I love. I actually loved it more this time than when I watched it the first time, which was Soul. Pixar Soul. Is it
Oh,
Pixar? Yes.
Soul. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With Jamie
Pixar, yeah.
Foxx. Oh my god, that movie was great. It's so good. It just, I guess maybe because I haven't seen it since we reviewed it almost
5 years,
5 years ago, and it still holds up. It was a great movie, and I was wondering, I was curious because I felt like some of the themes and things that they introduced in that film and the ideas I felt like might have been like a little bit too adult for younger
Yeah.
kids. but my younger two, they got it like right away. They totally understood the whole movie. I was very surprised. I mean, because
Yeah.
they deal with some high level concept shit in there for little ones to understand.
Mhm.
So I always kind of wrote it off as like, well, this movie's mainly for adults, and it is, but it also plays to the younger audience as well. So I think maybe
Sure.
that's what the great realization for me was. But I mean, it was just as enjoyable. Jamie Foxx is incredible. The movie's great. You know,
Uh, Megan had not seen Elio yet. So we had watched that on the plane, and let me tell you, second time viewing, I'm still boohoo crying at the end. And I feel like there's not like too much. It's a very emotional movie
yeah,
to an extent, but I feel like it doesn't probably won't hit a lot of people. But for some reason, there's just certain scenes in that movie that just really hits me. And watching it the second time, I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm on a plane. Give me front.
people are
Lady's trying to
watching
give me
it.
people trying to give me snacks."
It's like a little kid
Yep.
sitting next to you, and it's like, keep it together, dude. Like, you all right? Like, here's a napkin.
Yeah. They're like, "What are you watching? Dude, come on, Elio?" No. And then Megan was just, like, also tearing up, and she was like, "That's such a beautiful movie," and I said, "It really is."
Yeah,
And I feel like, again, one of those movies this year that people didn't really give a chance to, and Pixar still makes hits, man. They make great films, and, I feel like they have more hits than misses,
mm,
and these last few movies, these last couple of years, they've been killing it.
yeah, I
I
agree.
think their last, one that I didn't feel like it didn't hit the high mark was Lightyear, but I think
Yeah,
every movie after Lightyear, Elemental, Inside Out 2, Elio, like they've been hits. Next year we have Hopper, which it looks like a fun movie to watch, and then Toy Story 5, which
yeah.
they are the trailer just came out not too long ago, and I wasn't too thrilled with the trailer, but there was a lot of interviews that came out after that trailer where it's like we it's very curious, like the age of toys are dying, and then also along the lines of we can't make tech the villain. Like that's not what the point of this movie is. And so I'm curious to think what angle we're going for in a way. And
Interesting.
like and also like it doesn't seem like this movie's gonna be for kids. It's just
Another one. Another another one where it's like just it's just clearly meant for the adults who love the original. Who are
yes,
gonna
but
drag their kids to go see it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the adults are dragging the kids to go see Toy Story 5, 100%. But I mean, it has my interest. Again, Pixar has a great track record, and I'm in it for every movie they come out until the end of time. That's just
Just how it
uh,
is.
that's how it is. I
I
can't wait
will
for us to talk about Toy Story 5.
well, yeah. I will say, I mean, my feelings on Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and especially whatever 4 was.
Yep,
I do think the concept of screen time versus toys is a very interesting concept and plays well
yeah,
to where we are now. So
100%.
it is refreshing that they found an interesting angle. I am curious of them not making tech the bad guy because it did seem like, at least from the poster, like the tablet was the bad guy,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Unless
I think
there's
the message in that, I don't think I don't. The trailer and the poster seem that way. However, the director came out and said that that is not what this movie is about. Tech is not the bad guy.
so I wonder if the angle is not tech is bad, but how the tech is used is bad.
Yes, the usage of
Yes.
tech, not the tech itself.
All right. So are we gonna finally see the mom's face then? To tell her kid to get off the tablet? Right? We never saw the mom's face
I
we never
don't
saw Andy's
remember if
mom.
we've seen Bonnie's mom's face.
Oh, that's right. They're
Um,
with Bonnie now. That's right.
yeah, that's right. We're not with Andy no more.
Andy's
We're with Bonnie.
Andy's a grown up. So what are we at this point? Are we gonna meet Andy's kids? Are he's gonna get his toys
Absolutely
back?
not. No, he's gone.
He didn't
Bye
die.
bye.
Goodbye, Andy. Here are your toys.
Goodbye, Andy. Yeah. Andy's gonna come back and find Bonnie. I got a kid now. I need my toys.
Your toys hate you. Goodbye. They feel
My favorite
abandoned.
toy. He left you.
They're going to therapy for abandonment. They hate you.
My favorite toy ran away. Not good sign.
Not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
Oh man.
The hype that we've built for this movie, I am so excited for next summer.
Yeah.
Specifically for this, you guys don't even know. We're gonna have a full-on Toy Story episode, It's gonna be so good. Can't
Good or
wait.
bad. It's either gonna be whether the movie's good or bad, we're gonna have a time. So it doesn't matter.
Oh,
We're gonna have a
the
good time.
hype is real.
Yeah,
The hype is so real.
we're gonna
All
have a
right.
good time regardless.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, moving
So,
on.
moving on. So I have my last two, and that's gonna lead into, and then this will lead into yours. So I watched John Candy Delirious, and I watched John Hughes' movie Uncle Buck, which apparently John Hughes wrote specifically for John Candy, and I learned that after I watched the I Like Me documentary. Both of these movies were great. I mean, this is just both of these movies are classic John Candy. I actually showed my boys Uncle Buck, and I think they loved the movie more than I did. Like I thought it was a good, John Hughes comedy. But I mean, there's times now where they just quote the movie, and like this is a movie that's made what 40, 50 years ago, and it's still like it still holds up. It is a solid movie though. John Candy is great. I love all his work, and kind of leading into the documentary. I thought the documentary was just heartbreaking. I thought it was just I love the way that it was constructed. It was a beautiful insight into his life leading up to his death.
Yeah, this is something I watched very recently. It was on the docket, and you said you watched it, so I wanted to give this a look as well. And it's crazy to think about that this man had died over 30 years ago. And I looked up his death, and it was like March of 1994, and I was born in
94 or
February
97?
94,
Okay.
and I was born in February of 94. And I just thought, like, just me watching this is like, wow, this person had a full life, full career, right? And he passed away. We were only on this earth together for 3 weeks, not even 2 weeks, and yet many years later, like his work, his influences, his comedy, his charm has still cemented into cinema history.
Mm.
And like there's a documentary about this man 30 years later, and it's as if he was always part of my life for the movies that I was watching when I was growing up. And it's kind of crazy to think about it. So it's kind of interesting to see this introspective of like what he had to offer and what he offered others and what passion he had for the craft and honestly pleasing others and honestly to his detriment too, because a lot of people think that he just put himself into this deep depression that eventually affected his health and it kind of leading to him passing away. But he gave so much to so many people
Mhm.
because that's what he wanted to do. And going over a few things, like I had no idea that he kind of grew up with his career with Eugene Levy and Catherine
Yes.
O'Hara and like these other
Rick
huge
Moranis.
Rick Roman, nope, Rick, say it again.
Rick Moranis.
Yes. Moranis, thank you.
Got it.
Got it.
But there were
First
a few
try.
other names. They had like like in Canada, they had like a show that's kind of like Saturday Night Live and Mad TV,
Yes.
like their own esque of that. And I was like, oh, this is great. Like I would love to see if they have that out somewhere for you to watch. I would totally watch that. See a young Eugene Levy, like oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's some of the things that like I had no idea that this was basically like to bring up the startup of his career and a lot of movies he's done with John Hughes. I never even realized it was like they said like 8 or 9 movies.
9
Yeah,
movies they did together.
9
Apparently they were
movies.
like
That's
the closest.
crazy.
They were closest of friends. And then in that, he told him that John Hughes specifically wrote Uncle Buck. He made that movie for John Candy.
Yeah. And then even like you can see like some of the interviews that they showcased when they were asking him about his weight. And it's just kind of crazy.
Oh,
Like it's like that's such a bold thing to talk about. Like right in front of them too. It's like and it's kind of crazy because like you wouldn't see that today.
no.
Like it just feels like this such inappropriate question. Like what does that have to do with anything right now? And this guy is like literally pulling it all on the screen and it's like, wow, that's what we're focusing on? Is that he's just a big guy? That's nuts to me.
Isn't that it's funny you brought that up because I was thinking the exact same thing. I said, isn't it wild that like these interviewers now, like they back then when they did these interviews, they thought that, oh, this is a great question to ask. Like this is
Yeah.
what we should be asking. And then you look at it back now and it's like that is the cringiest thing of all
Yeah.
the shit that you could ask this man. You're asking him about losing weight and being a ladies' man and not being the fat guy on screen, and you can see it's so sad because you can see it on his face. Like the second that they
Yeah.
ask, like you can see like the life just kind of dim a little bit. Like okay, like I got to put my wall up.
Yeah.
You're clearly not asking me the right questions, and it's very sad because he is a true creative. Like he
Yeah.
was an artist, and you are in the presence of greatness. Like he is a fantastic creative, and you're asking him about his fucking weight. Like get
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah, I thought it was also crazy when they said that, like, when during his funeral they had closed down the highway, the freeway,
Yes.
and they said that only ever happened twice, and it was like they named two other people, and then it was like, and John Candy, and it's just crazy the impact that he had in his career, and again, the fact that we're even still talking about him today, they felt they need to make a documentary about him today of somebody who had passed away 30 years ago. Like his work still influences people today, and that's when you know that there was something special there, whether you realize it or not. And honestly, like there are just some cases, I refer back to sometimes Michael Jackson,
Mm,
where I wasn't really following his music and I didn't really know much about him when he was alive. But then as soon as he passed away, I was like, oh shit, Michael Jackson died. And you saw the outpour
yep.
that came out of the community and outpour that came out of all of the fans. And you're like, whoa, who is this guy? And then you really start to appreciate him. But it just happened after he had passed, at least in my world. Like I wasn't big in it until then, and now you see the impact, and it still is. And there's just some creators out there that can make content and make music and make movies, and it would just stand the test of time. That like every year I'm watching Train, Planes, and Automobiles.
100%.
Every year you're watching Home Alone, and you see him, the Poker King of the West. Like it's like these iconic lines, and like even going back to the titles, like I like me. It's like you can say all these hateful things about me all day, but I like me, and that's just a powerful line. It's
Very
crazy.
true. Very true. I also thought it was just, I mean, his death in itself, just the fact that he passed was tragic. But I think finding out the details of like surrounding his death while he was shooting this movie in Durango, New Mexico or Mexico,
Yeah, yeah, some sort
um,
of
they
western.
found him sitting up in his bed reading the
Reading the
Bible.
Yeah,
Like
nuts.
it's almost like, and then I believe his friend, they say that he was trying to find home, and it's so true. It's like you see it as somebody who was so lost in the world, and he's turning to the one thing that he knew, and like that's how he ended his life. And then I think they mentioned that shortly before, either the day before or very shortly before he died, like he donated a bunch of money to the children's hospital where he was shooting. So it's
Yeah,
like, did he know that he was dying? Like, did he know
yeah,
that he was at his end? Like, that's what it made me think of. Like, how do you oh, you just don't do those type of things. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's very sad, and just, I mean, even now, like his life has such a lasting impression on so many people.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful documentary. Also,
It really is.
kudos to Colin Hanks who directed this documentary.
Yeah, yeah. Seriously.
I was like, look at you, Colin Hanks. This last I saw you, you were this wacky bad guy in Nobody 2, and now you're
Yeah,
directing this fucking beautiful documentary. Like,
I got range.
I can do things. Not only
I
my
can do
dad,
things.
I can do things too.
I think it was also crazy that you have like his kids kind of reminiscing, like they're
Yes.
adults now, and they're kind of remembering things when they were children of how the kind of the memories of their father, so long, from his passing. And I think it's like crazy to like recall all of that as much as you could, and I'm sure like his legacy still lives on in their family.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. And then you hit the nail on the head. I mean, we watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles every year. Like,
Yeah.
that's an automatic rewatch for Thanksgiving.
To me, that line cracks me up when like the car's on fire, the car's destroyed, and they get pulled over, and he just looks them dead in the face, and he was like, I forgot exactly the line, but it cracks me up every time where like this whole car is destroyed. Officer comes up, and he's looking at it. He's like, "What the hell is going on?" And he's like, and then like he's explaining things, but sure as shit, the AC still works. It just gets me every time. This his delivery, it's iconic. It really is. But yeah, it was a beautiful documentary, and especially, I'm sure there's other documentaries that feature him, but sometimes those don't get to you, and then the new ones get to you a little bit more. So, it was a really good documentary.
Yeah, definitely worth the watch. If you're interested in it,
Absolutely,
you should absolutely watch it.
100%. All right, so there's a few things I've been watching. First is Tron Ares. I was, this movie for me had so much hype. I was like, yes, Tron. Like I love Tron Legacy. It was a fun movie. I later find out it again as I rewatched it. Joseph Krasinski movie, the guy, coming off of F1, coming off of Top Gun Maverick and other films. It was like he made Tron fun as hell. And
Mm.
I saw this trailer and I was like, damn, this movie looks really good. And then I walk into the theater, it's like, how the fuck did they make this so boring? Is beyond me. I was like, damn, man. Like, and it's like you're out of the grid, and I really don't give a shit. I don't care at all. Like, go back in. Like, I don't care that you're in the real world. It was just a boring movie, and it was such like the movie looked so cool.
Yeah.
Like, in like the
More
from
spectacle than substance.
yeah, not a lot of substance. It was very vanilla, and there were parts where I fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, I didn't miss nothing. I didn't miss nothing, man. Uh, and it just sucks because I feel like this movie had so much potential. And they even try to do some like world building, and it's like, I see what you're doing here. Like there was a post-credit scene that I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But this movie didn't make me care about any of this. And it just sucks because like there were some really cool moments in here. We got updated visual effects from when it came out a few years ago. And overall, I was like, such a disappointment. And it's like we had it, it was right there. So much so this probably killed the franchise. Like I know we've been taking large breaks between Tron, Tron Legacy, Tron Ares. I think this was the nail in the coffin because this movie
That
did
bad.
not make any money and it was not well received. And yeah, I guess people don't care about it. And it looks cool as hell. Like this poster's cool as hell.
Now, how was the score with Nine Inch Nails? Did
It
it
was
make
fine.
it? Did it make it at all? Was there any that are memorable? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when I work out, there are songs from Daft Punk, Tron Legacy that are automatic on the playlist. They're
Oh
just
my god.
fucking bangers on Tron Legacy. I haven't even seen the movie, but I listened to the score.
I'll tell you what, no bangers here, man.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, it is sad because like I like Nine Inch Nails. They're it's good, but like nothing stood out. It was very like I was like, yeah, that's a Tron thing. I get it, but like you don't get the
Yeah, Tron Legacy. That
and like
is
that.
that is epic movie music. Hundred
Oh my
percent.
god! And I rewatched Tron Legacy, and like a lot of things didn't. The story was kind of very simple. Very like, hey, guy gets in grid, guy needs to get out of grid. That's the gist of it, right? But it made it fun. It was a fun watch. I don't care that this was a simple story. Them fighting, them in the light cycles, cool as hell. And then like, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna make this cooler? Put him in the real world. Like, no, no, then that didn't work. And they had some like cool moments in here. There were some cool ideas that they brought in, but just together, no,
Now, was it Jared Leto being Jared Leto?
he didn't do much. Like, sure, man.
Sure.
Sure. Like, yeah, you're here and you're trying to figure out the world. I get it. I don't care.
I don't care. Okay.
I don't I didn't care. I didn't care about him. I don't even know his name. I guess it's Aries, but I like Evan Peters in it. Like, sure, whatever. Yeah,
Well,
this movie was a disappointment, and it sucks because I feel like this franchise always has potential, and
no, it
it
doesn't.
no, it doesn't. They
Unless
kind of nailed
Joseph
it wrong.
Kaczynski comes back and does the next one.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. But it doesn't look like that's happening either. So
No.
it is what it is, and it sucks because I really like, Disney live action. I feel like they had, like, a bad track record unless they're making, live action remakes of their own movies, that the animated movies,
Mm.
and that's not even always great, and so, like, I like that Disney was, like, going, giving me something other than a live action remake, and then you give me this, and it's like, "Alright, maybe Lilo and Stitch wasn't that bad after all." Maybe I wouldn't mind watching The Lion King.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
It wasn't that bad. I'd rather watch this
whoa.
again.
Okay.
And a movie that I feel like got a lot of hate, it was actually a lot of fun, was Megan 2.0.
Oh, because I was very skeptical about watching this because was it she becomes like a superhero now?
Yeah, kinda, sort of.
All
Like,
right.
I thought they brought this story and the shift in genre pretty well. Like, again, this one of a plane watch, and I thought this was like pretty solid. Like a lot of hate for no reason. I think, for the most part, I can understand if you're looking for a horror, this movie's not a horror movie. Not even close. They might have some like little tiny horror elements, but they definitely shifted genres. This is more of an action flick, if anything else. And I thought there was a creative way to bring her back into the fold, and there was a nice through line to get me there. And there was some funny moments. It was a classic. I can see why they brought this in the summer.
Mm,
Like this to me, if I watch this in the theaters, would be a classic summer movie. Like
wow.
it has its moments. And after the movie was over on the plane, I was like, Megan, that was pretty solid. Like we both watched it at the same time, and I was like, yeah, I get it. I think it's just the movie that people were. It's your expectation. I think that's what hurt this movie a lot. And obviously not a lot of people saw it, but I thought, I'm over here saying, pretty solid movie.
Okay.
As long as you shift your perspective, this is not a horror movie. This is something completely different.
It kind of seems
Um,
like an action comedy, if I had to guess.
yeah, yeah, kind of, yeah, and it worked. It worked for me. Like I
Okay.
thought this was fun. It was a fun movie.
Now, do you
Uh,
don't want to see any more of Megan? Because they're marketing a lot of Megan all over Universal, like through
yeah, I
Horror
mean, I can
Nights, through
see them
everything.
making a third movie if they wanted to. They left the door open for it.
Okay.
So, like, I would watch a third movie as long as you keep it fun. That's what makes these movies, fun to watch. Just keep it. You get your niche and you go for it. So I enjoyed it. I mean, I know a lot of I might be in the minority of this, but I had a fun time watching this movie. And so like now you have the first movie that was more of a horror centric, but now you watch the second one again, not horror, but it's still fun, still fun.
Okay.
So I recommend it to people who are like, not my cup of tea. Is like if you like the first one, you may not like this one because it's not a horror movie. However, if you're willing to give it a chance, I think it's a nice like there's a through line there that makes sense,
Okay.
and I'm on board for it.
All right. All right. Maybe I'll give it a watch because I was kind of writing it off because I've heard just awful things about how
Yeah,
bad it was.
it's on Peacock right now, so doesn't do much to for you to give it a watch.
Okay.
Unless you don't have Peacock, was in and at that case, I don't think it's worth getting Peacock for this. But if you already have it, you might as well use it.
Might as well. Okay. All right. All right.
Moving on to another movie I saw on the plane. This one is only available on video on demand. It's not streaming yet, but Delta had it already, so I'm like, ooh, save myself $5,
Hey.
and one hell of a movie.
Really?
Yes. I was like, "Damn, this was fun." There was one moment where there was like one of those jaw-dropping moments, and I was like, "Oh shit." And it was a good I don't really want to talk about it like as far as I don't want to give too many details. I think it's fun kind of going in blind for this one. But it caught me by surprise. Like the trailer intrigued me, but the whole, the idea was felt fresh
Hmm.
in a way. And at this point, like, Riz Ahmed, I was like, this man doesn't seem like he misses, man.
He does not.
Um,
Oh, what was it? Sound of Metal? Fucking
oh my god, amazing.
he's fucking incredible in that movie. By the way, if you've never seen Sound of
Great.
Metal, you're doing yourself a disservice.
I feel like I got to go back and rewatch it. That
Yeah.
was
Like
such a good.
that's an intense movie, but that's one that I would 100% rewatch.
Yeah, 100%. And he, this whole movie, I like the presentation, I like the vibe. It's very much a thriller. It's from the director of Hell or High Water, so it brings the
Ooh.
intensity and the stakes to it. And like you can see that this is ramping up to something. I feel like if I was going to give this movie a little bit of a notch, like the ending didn't 100% stick the landing, but I liked everything else
Everything
leading
leading up to
into it.
that.
Yeah. Like I can forgive like it didn't like pack a punch the ending did, but it was still like a good punch. It's not a hard one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, but overall, I thought this was a really solid movie. So I had a good time watching this one.
Okay. Okay.
And then moving on to this one we kind of both watched this one.
Yeah. So we were talking about Play Dirty with Mark Wahlberg and Lakeith Stanfield. So I've tried watching this movie twice. I watched the first 30 to 45 minutes and then I fell asleep. I just couldn't get into it. And then I woke up and I saw Keegan Michael Key's in this movie. I
Yeah.
was like, "How did you get here? Are you a driving instructor? Like, what is happening?" Like, I don't know. It just didn't speak to me. Like, I tried. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it had its moments, but I will say that when it got to like the the action beats, there was a moment where I'm like, okay, this is way too much. Like, did you get to the train?
Nope. Didn't get
No.
to the
Okay.
train. I saw when he was doing dive rolls out the window and avoiding all those bullets from being shot in the beginning of the movie. And then she clips him in the stomach, and then he falls
Yes.
into a
Yes.
river. I was like, okay.
That honestly wasn't too bad, but there were 2 moments in this movie. I'm trying to remember the second one, but there were 2 moments in this movie where I'm like, "Okay, I get the vibe." This is Shane Black, so he definitely has his unique style that he brings to his movies, and that was the only reason why I wanted to watch this movie because I'm like, "Oh, Shane Black, okay, he's a renowned director. I want to give him a shot." And so there was
What else
one
has he done?
moment in the
What else has Shane Black
he
done?
did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He did Iron Man 3. He did The Nice Guys.
Ah, okay.
Um he did The Predator, like, the one that wasn't that great.
Oh, okay.
The Nice Guys was pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
Kiss
That's
Kiss
good.
Bang Bang. Where's his directing credit? Ah, come on. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Did he do oh, come on. Actor, director. Yeah, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was his I guess he's mainly a writer,
Mm.
because he hasn't directed much. So he's known for more of being a writer. Uh and he did Lethal Weapon. Yeah, he's okay. He's known for writing Lethal Weapon, the first movie, and then he's directed a few from there. But yeah, I remember like I like his movies, so I was willing to give this one a shot. That was the main reason why I don't want to watch it. Apparently, he's very like he likes to set his movies during the holiday time, during snowy stuff. So this is very much in line with like the vibe of it. And I thought the idea of it was pretty interesting. With like you're going on this well, not hunt, but treasure hunt
I
for the
guess it
most
is a
part.
hunt. He's
I
on
was
a.
like, "Oh,
He's got to get his money back.
yes."
Transformer. Sorry. We play dirty.
Yeah, we played dirty.
It's a terrible accent, but it's a
It
terrible
is.
Mark Wahlberg. But I tried.
But yeah, I feel like that there was this big action set piece. Oh, I remember the second one now. Okay, there's a big action set piece where it involved like doing this big heist on the train, and it was extremely long, and I just felt like that this is too over the top for me, and I'm willing to do suspension of disbelief on a lot of these action movies. I get it, but this one was like, okay,
Oh, I could tell you
okay,
the one. I could tell you the one that got me when you're done.
okay, go ahead.
In the very beginning of the movie, when they're in the heist and this random guy, his wife, and I'm assuming his child are in the car, and he just walks up and he's like, "Oh, what's going on in the bank?" And he walks away, and then he comes back and just starts killing people, and
Yeah.
then they chase him into a racetrack, and then they just kill this man in front of his wife and daughter, I guess. And then Mark Wahlberg just hands her 10 grand, and said, "Here you go," and just leaves.
That's right. Wow,
Just
I
fucking
totally forgot
leaves.
that
It's
part
the
of the
whole
movie.
beginning, like the whole setup at the beginning of the movie. It's like nobody's gonna report on this massive event of all of this disturbance at the racetrack and people being shot and horses
Oh,
getting run
that's
over.
right, the horses and everything. Yes. Yeah, that was nuts.
What the fuck is
That
like?
was
What is
crazy.
happening? Like what?
Yes, yes. Oh my god, that I completely forgot about that. This movie has too many crazy shit in this.
I was like,
Eh,
okay, like what is happening? Like what are we doing?
yes, exact and then it gets more amplified later in the movie. There's like 2 more scenes where it's just batshit crazy, and I was like, "This movie does not play batshit crazy," like that. And it wasn't prepared
Yeah,
for that type of action. Some movies are like, "Yeah, this is it," and I can get behind it, like Bullet Train, for example.
yeah,
Like that movie said it's gonna be crazy, and so you're going into it expecting these crazy action set pieces, and I can buy into that. But the trailer did not give me that at all,
mm-mm.
and I was like, "This is too much for me." Like I was not ready for this, and then there's a point where I'm like, "All right, I don't care anymore." But I've
Yeah.
already invested, so let's see where it goes.
You got past the
Um,
point of no return.
yeah, exactly. And so, like, he's like Mark Wahlberg is. I feel like it wasn't really a redeemable character, and he makes it seem like he's the smartest man in the room. And I never really felt like there were any stakes in this movie either. Um, and so, yeah, 50-50 on this.
Yeah, I was
Like,
not for it. I'm glad you at least finished it. Did it at least have a good ending?
sure.
Do you remember? No? Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. At the end of the day, everyone's happy,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, sure, sure.
And he's a new
Uh,
man.
he's a new man. Not really.
Not really.
I'm still Marky Mark.
So Marky Mark, give me my money. Don't rob me.
Where's my transformer? Still waiting, Michael. I could be a GI Joe. Oh shit! And then the last movie that we both watched was the Black Phone 2. I think we both missed it in the theaters, but
Yeah.
it came into video on demand, and so then we both got a chance to watch it at home. And so, what were your thoughts on that?
I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to.
Okay.
Like I was a little at first when I watched it, I was like, man, nobody actually dies in this movie. But then it's very reminiscent. Well, I'm sorry, let me take that back. That's what I initially thought.
Oh,
Just
okay.
kind of the way it's portrayed. But this one is actually gorier and has
Yes.
more death than the first one.
Yeah,
It just didn't seem like it because a lot of the movie there's a suspense and build up to Ethan Hawke's character, the grabber, like reappearing and kind of like doing his thing. But overall, I think I really enjoyed it. I think it has a same through line as the first one. I did like the story aspect where they had with Finney kind of being like his dad in the way that he deals with trauma. I actually thought that was a really interesting plot point to put for him as kind of like as something that's relatable to us as humans. Like obviously we can't relate to this Freddy Krueger character coming out and trying to kill us in our sleep, but we can relate to how people process trauma. And I thought that it was very interesting that they had him do it the same way that his dad did. His dad was an alcoholic, and then they put Finney as like a weed head, like he was just addicted to pot, and that was kind of the way he processed being trapped in this guy's basement and kind of processing all that and giving us a way to revisit old characters. They kind of connected some dots from the first movie into this one. But I thought it was good. I would have liked to seen Barb die. I did. Barb and her boo. I think it would have hit a little bit harder if we had seen him as the grabber, as like this Freddy Krueger type character actually kill someone. If we just one, even if he hadn't gotten just one death, I think it would have hit a little bit harder. But I actually really enjoyed it. I hope they do not make any more. Like this needs to be the end. Like Black Phone 2
It
needs
was
to
a
be
good
the end.
1-2 punch here.
Yeah, it's a clear 1-2 punch. I think if they do more, you're gonna kind of if you do another one, the story it has to be there. It has to be there, otherwise you're gonna kind of dilute the whole franchise.
Yeah, so I applaud them for world building. I thought, like you said, connecting the dots between the first movie, I thought they did a really good job of doing that. Like even tying in the mother
Yeah.
into the story. I thought that was great. Seeing kind of like this post trauma that we saw with these characters after the events of the first movie. I know we've seen that in other horror movies, but I thought they did like this really efficiently. You were kind of mentioning it, like we see Finn, who is like basically like the bully of
Yes.
the school when he was getting kind of beat up in the first movie. And he was kind of rehashing some of the lines that other people were saying. Like there was like this other kid who was like defending him and kind of beating the shit in the first movie. And he basically said the same lines, like the blood is for the audience. It's
Yeah.
making more of a statement, you know? And so he's kind of like rehashing what he learned from his experience. And, for better or for worse, it made him a more like he's no longer weak
Yes.
anymore. Like he has this different persona about him. And I thought it was interesting. They also expanded upon his sister's abilities
Mm-hmm.
that were not shown in like they were kind of exploring the first movie, and then basically she was the main character.
Yeah, she
I
was
would say.
yeah, I was gonna say that she was definitely the main lead, whereas her and her brother kind of flip spots, where he's more of a
Yes.
secondary side character and she's the main lead. I did like the addition of Ernesto. Hey, holla, use my name.
Hello.
But and that was Robin, who you were mentioning, the kid who was beaten up and with the blood. That's Robin from the first movie, who also got captured
Yes.
by the grabber, and Ernesto is his little brother. Yeah, it's his little brother.
Yes, little brother. Yes, yes.
So it was kind of interesting to see all those things coming together. I thought it was a really funny scene when like Ernesto and the girl are laying in bed, And he's like, "Oh,
Yes.
I think you're so beautiful." And then you just hear Finney in the back. He goes, "Do you think I'm beautiful too?" I
Yeah.
mean, that shit was gold. That was great timing. It was, I mean, that was so funny. It was great. I love that.
It was funny. However, I do think that this movie is an extremely slow burn for me.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like the pacing of this was just it dragged. Like, it took us, I don't know, it was almost 2 hours, and it took us maybe 45 minutes, excuse me, to an hour to officially see the grabber,
Mm,
and then I'm also now trying to pick up exactly like, they gave us some backstory on him as well. Like, he came from this lake and all this stuff, and again, we learned from their mother about that as well. But, like, all of a sudden, you're invading people in their dreams. Like, okay, this is a different aspect of the character. Again, in a way, very similar to Megan point 2.0, where you gave this character that we know from the first movie and shifted what they're able to do in the second movie. Like, obviously, the genre of Black Phone Tune is still horror as
mhm.
compared to Megan Point 2, where they shifted genres. But this one, in both movies, they share similarities that you decided to shift the characteristics of your main antagonist. And
Okay.
and there and this point, like, I was not 100% on board that route of it because I didn't exactly know the motives behind the grabber's intention. Like, it just felt like I didn't care why he was harassing, and then basically they kind of explained it where he was like, "You made me kill my brother, and then you killed me, and now I must torture you." I don't, to me, it just wasn't enough of
Mm.
a story for me to get behind. And then I just felt like that at the end of the day, you're like, "I control my dreams." And, like, that's how you beat him? You know what I mean? It's like it just felt like he was always this weak character. I never felt that he had the upper hand or was much of a threat. However, there were some intense moments that he was involved in, but to your point, he could have easily killed these people in any moment while they were sleeping, but he was only invading her dreams, and then they were able to see him while they were awake, but he was kind of invisible, but she was able to see him in a dreamlike state. I
Yes.
feel like there was just a lot thrown into the story that I was trying to keep up with, and it was losing me a little bit.
Ah, okay. Okay. I don't know. I was here for it. I do wish there was we had gotten a little bit more, but I was fine with how they brought him in because I felt like they were just constantly, and this is what one of my notes, like it was more suspense than it was in anything because we
Sure.
instead of us dealing with him, we spent the movie dealing with the presence of him, of where he could be at any
Yeah.
moment, like um but yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I just wish that there was a little bit more. Like if we had gotten one kill of him in this state,
Yeah.
I felt like that would have, and especially if it was like early on and everybody had seen it, like the scene where she's being thrown around in the kitchen, like that shit's wild. I
Yes.
didn't want her to die. I almost wish that scene had been with somebody else, or if
Yes.
maybe if he had started with her and went to somebody else and killed them in front of everybody else. So then now everybody has this awareness that, oh, he can kill us out here. Like this is like
Yeah.
he not only can he hurt us, but he can kill us out here. And that's the end of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and I also like some of the aspects that they also introduced, like him picking up the phone, like, randomly, like, especially the beginning of the movie where he was like, "Hey, I can't help you," and then he hangs up the phone, and then the phone is, like, out of order, like,
Yes.
he is like, I love that aspect of it, and I was kind of hoping because they kinda teased it a little bit, but they didn't go down this route where, like, the grabber was always there, he always can see him in the distance,
Yes.
and him just picking up phones and saying, Sorry, I can't help you," and hanging it up, like, I almost thought that maybe the grabber was still living in his mind. And that was gonna be the through line of the movie where, like, he is dead, but, like, he is still invading his, say, subconscious, and that's something he is actively dealing with, and that's how he is alive. They
That-
went down a different Freddy Krueger route, which I found interesting because that wasn't really, they did kinda play with death and them talking with people, but now they were talking with people over the phone through space and time, and so I was like, "Okay, I can kinda get through that as well." But I just feel like the rules of this movie were loosey goosey.
So I like where you're at. So I wonder if they had taken that, but then used that, and that's what gives him life. So maybe using
Mm,
fear as his fuel, and then like if the more you're afraid of him, the more powerful he is, and then once
yeah,
you're not afraid of him anymore, then that's where then they could have used that aspect to turn the tables in the dream where she felt like she had control. Where because then, oh, I'm no
Right.
longer afraid of you, so now I'm in control. Like if we had
Yeah.
seen some of that, that'd have been cool. But I mean, they set it up because in the beginning of the movie, she's reading all these books about dreams and the power of
Yeah.
dreams, and she's kind of like this supernatural being where she can kind of like tap into dreams and talk to dead people and shit. So I get it. I liked it, but I do think that there are some aspects that could have been better.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not to say like didn't I feel like I liked the first one better. I think
Yeah.
only
Oh
because
yeah.
like it was simpler.
Yes.
Like it was a very simple through line, and we get some like good comeuppance. It made more sense. You had like this supernatural element to it that I was able to follow along, and then we kind of elevated that, and also to a degree that then they were still able to communicate with people. Like this payphone aspect was your communication to speak with the people who have passed,
Yeah.
and they ended this movie very very beautifully, where they were able to talk to their mother one last time, and almost in a way that they were able to set them free, even though I think she was already wherever she is
Yeah.
in the afterlife. But I thought that again, to me again, they were kind of loosey goosey with the rules and kind of feeding the narrative and kind of making it up as they go along. But I liked some of the elements that they introduced, and they were continuing off the first movie, which was probably the only thing that I was kind of latching onto
Hmm.
going into it. But them kind of beating them up in the action scenes, I could honestly care less about because I feel like there were literally no stakes when those scenes were happening, and then I feel like it was just too easy to kill him.
Yeah. It was
Where I
just at
feel
the
like in the
end.
first movie there was like this buildup of like he used all the tools that he was given to take him down,
Yeah.
and that I liked a lot from the first movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I get that. We did get a build up with him trying to get all the tools to eventually take him out, whereas we didn't get something like that this end. It was just the
No,
sister realizing her power and then taking him out. But then
and
like but then Finney could hold on to his like invisible part of himself since he didn't really see him,
right,
he just perceived him, and then he just banged his like invisible head into the ice,
right.
right?
Like, yeah, pretty much. And so, like, I feel like it had the right bones, but maybe not for me, not as a great execution.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, but where'd you sit on this 5-star rating?
Hmm. I still really enjoyed it. I think there's a lot that I still really enjoyed it. It was still pretty solid. So I'm kind of floating between a 3.5 and a 4.
Okay, I can meet you at 3.5.
All right. All right.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid rating for it because it wasn't a bad movie.
No, not at all.
I still enjoyed aspects of it, but it could have been just like there were elements where like could have been there a little
Like
bit.
we were here, you had it, but it could have been like that much
It
better.
could have been there. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what like if you ask me like what would you do differently? It's like I don't know. That's not my job. Um, but
Well, we kind of
but like
talked it a little bit. We kind of talked a few things
yeah,
that
yeah.
we would have done differently.
But like also again, maybe you could play to expectations. This is not the movie that I thought we were the direction I thought we were going.
Ah, okay. Okay.
But anyway, that is all the stuff we've been watching. So now we're going to be diving into our spoiler review of Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, new movie on Netflix, highly anticipated movie from Guillermo del Toro, and most likely looking at some Oscar contention. I think that's safe to say that a lot of this movie I can see being placated for the award season. But Ernesto, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on Frankenstein?
I have to tell you, I actually really enjoyed this movie. Like, um, it kind of came across like I've heard from a few people that like it kind of gets lost in the third act. But I mean, from the very beginning, I thought the setup was beautiful. Like, kind of showcasing his obsession with conquering death. I thought that was set up very well. I think Oscar Isaac played a very great Victor Frankenstein. Like he's very like, and actually Jacob Elordi. I would say the whole cast. The whole cast was great. Jacob Elordi was great. Mia Goth was great. Christoph Waltz is. I mean, he is who he is. He's the best. Like,
Yes.
yeah, he's an incredible actor. I think they had a great cast. I think it is visually stunning. Like it is just
Yes.
even if you don't like the movie, it is just fucking beautiful to look at. I mean, how can you not appreciate Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein? Like the prosthetics they put on him. My favorite part was how they had his eyes, where they were glowing in certain aspects, but also looked hollow at the same point. Like it was just very captivating. It was just very beautiful to look at. I thought the Mia Goth's character, where she's kind of talking about like there's a moment in the beginning of the movie where she's kind of talking about power and like how people set these things into motion, but they don't know how they're going to end. So like the
Mhm.
example she used with like was like politicians sending people off to war. Like they're warm in their
Yeah.
beds, but they're unaffected by the people who are dying out in the mud and bleeding out to death. And I thought it's an interesting parallel coming into him in his creation of his Frankenstein monster. Like he was so obsessed with building this thing, but not knowing what the outcome was going to be on the other side of it. So I thought,
Right.
I just thought it was a beautiful setup, kind of leading into it and kind of giving us his backstory, like you know his whole life leading up to the construction of Frankenstein and the destruction of the of him blowing up the tower and the kind of the switch, the pickup, like learning Jacob Elordi, the creature side, continuing after that. I thought that was kind of like somebody coming into the world and learning about it and learning about different people and how different people are. Like Frankenstein, how he Victor, how he, it was he was so obsessed that the only thing he would say was Victor. But then Mia Goth's character put it perfectly. It's like because that was you were the only thing that mattered to him, so that's why that's the only word he knew. And I was like, wow, it just made a lot of sense. Like it just I don't know it. I really loved this entire movie. I thought the construction of the body scene of pulling all the
Yeah.
ligaments and shit, like that was crazy to watch. It was so cool just to see like watching him pull the ligaments and making the hands move and him picking different body parts. Like the movie's a little long, but it's beautiful to look at. I mean, I thought I really enjoyed all the dialogue. I feel like there's just a lot to appreciate about this film.
Yeah, no, true. There truly is. It's like, I mean, you said it nail on the head. This is visually stunning, from the makeup, from the production design. Like, I watched the behind the scenes on Netflix called Anatomy, a lesson of an anatomy lesson, I believe it's called. Um, and it's just like jaw dropping the amount of money Netflix gave him to make this movie, because it's all on the screen.
Yeah.
It is all there. The movie looks gorgeous, and I was very fortunate to see this movie in theaters when it had its very limited run, because I looked at the trailer and I was like, I have to see this in the big screen.
Yeah. I
Like,
wish I had.
I mean, it was to me, it was a great theater experience just to like watch all this on a big screen. However, I do think that, again, this to me, this was a little bit of a slow burn. Like, the pacing kind of ran a little slow for 2 hours and 30 minutes,
Yeah. It's
2 hours
long.
and 29 minutes, and I feel like when I was looking at the trailer, it felt more actiony. And I think that's the wrong word to use. I don't think I was expecting an action, but I feel like there were just more bigger moments in the movie than a lot of more slower moments in the movie, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I thought there was more like big, intense intensity moments, and I feel like there was just a lot more dialogue than I think I was anticipating.
Mm.
And not necessarily it's a bad thing. It's just more like when I was going into it, I expected a little bit more energy in this movie. Instead, it was more thoughtful, more, dialogue heavy,
Yeah.
more, putting like literally putting pieces together. Like it was very thoughtful as it was being constructed, that rather than like this fast paced nature that I was maybe a little bit more expecting. Which, I mean, Guillermo del Toro, that's his bread and butter right there. So I'm not sure why I expected a little bit more, something a little bit more different. But the movie that we got, though, like I feel like for me, it requires a second viewing to really take in his vision
Yeah.
rather than my expectations going into it. Because there were some moments where I just feel like it's dragging a little bit for me. However, what I'm looking at is gorgeous.
Which parts do you feel dragged for you the most?
I feel like leading up to the castle, like there were just
Mm.
a lot of moments where like we got to learn about Victor's childhood, and then like I feel like that was a little bit a slow point, and then we pick back up when he was like a couple years later, which it wasn't that long that we were in his childhood phase, but like we pick up a couple years later where he's in the courtroom and he's pitching that he wants the funding to work on this project. That was great.
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz coming in and them talking about them building this, and then that was a great scene. Literally everything leading up to, like, I think there were some moments in there where I feel like we got distracted a little bit with the side romance between Oscar Isaac and Mia Goth, I feel like that kind of slowed the movie down a little bit. And then we kick right back up when he's like literally putting the Frankenstein creature together or the creature together. And we get to the bones and we see this massive laboratory, which looks awesome.
Yeah.
And then like he's up on the thing and he's doing all the stuff. And then I feel like a little bit we slowed down once the creature once we slowed down a little bit once the creature was here, and then like it became a very thoughtful process moving forward. And then I was less interested and then a little bit more interested once we got to the shifting of perspective after the burning down of the castle.
Mm.
Because now we shifted to his perspective, the creature's perspective, and then I was like, okay, let's see what this is about. 'Cause I feel like this is now a new chapter. And then I was like, some slow moments, but I appreciated that part maybe a little bit more because it's not something I was expecting
Yeah.
to see like his perspective. So I think I was paying attention a little bit more. Then again, slow down a little bit when we were like him discovering the world through the bones of the cabin, or like through like the inside of the cabin. He was kind of like living with the livestock a little bit and
Yeah.
him learning.
Spirit
So
of the
a little bit,
forest.
slow, but also interesting to watch at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we get this build up to like them meeting again, and then coming back to the end of the
Yeah, I think for me, there's two things that kind of slowed it down, only because I feel like we didn't re-explore these things, and that was
movie.
the romance. I mean, maybe it was to just show Victor's, like, to have him be distracted, to if
Yeah.
him not his eye not on the prize the whole time, and him being distracted with life, like something beautiful in life that distracts him from his obsession that he had. And I mean, it kind of came full circle because I mean, she slaps the shit out of him in the end,
Yeah.
and basically like calls him out. And maybe that was the reason. And his uncle, like the whole thing with his uncle wanting to be the brain of Frankenstein. Like
Oh,
I felt
yes.
like we got that information way too late. We got it like moments before he died, and then like we don't ever re-explore his death. We just find him. Oh yeah, he's the creature killed him. Yeah, yeah, and then that was it. That was the last we heard of him.
Your uncle? You mean Christoph Waltz's character?
Yeah,
I don't think that was his uncle.
that was her uncle. That was her uncle.
Oh, her.
Excuse me.
Yeah, sorry, her uncle. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, like where he
Um,
he dies, we learn about it, and then that's kind of like the end of it. Like, oh, okay.
yeah,
He
yeah.
helped you
I
build
think
this
like
thing.
I think we found out that the whole reason why this project was being funded because he believed in uh, Victor Frankenstein to kind of bring people back from the dead, but that's not really what the experiment was at all. But I think he wanted his brain into this new body so he can have like this eternal life.
Yeah,
Essentially.
but not realizing that the disease had like corrupted every organ in his body,
Right.
including his brain. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't have worked anyway. Like either you needed to take that part out, and actually we need that part because then that's the reason why he funded the project in the first place. We just needed that information earlier, and that should have been something that they should have went back and forth a little bit sooner than 2 minutes before he falls to his death.
Yeah, well, I think they introduced it, and then he was trying to like, hey, I funded all of this. You have to do this now for me. Like
Yeah,
this, like yeah, like it was almost like I there was no real. Frankenstein was doing it because for his experiment, but obviously Christoph Waltz had other motives behind it, and so then he started more or less sabotaging the experiment, and that's what created the stakes in that moment of like things might not be going exactly right. And then when they trap Frankenstein, and you can see how sorry, they trap the creature, and we can see how Frankenstein kind of handles that.
yeah,
And you can see that he's a piece of shit,
yeah,
obviously. But also he's like he is unwilling. Like I kind of see that as like an unfit parent. Like
yes,
you
yeah,
have this creation, you have this child, and you don't know what to do with it. Like you were mentioning earlier, once you've done it, like you spent so much time trying to do the thing that once you got it, you don't know what to do after that.
yep,
And you can see that his approach was just this mean, like he should be a genius already, but he didn't have the patience for it. But Maya Goth, she had the patience for it, so much so that they kind of this unspoken love for each other
yes,
in the midst of all that. And I feel like that Maya Goth was part of this love triangle between Frankenstein, his brother, and the creature.
yeah,
which I
more so
felt
between Frankenstein, excuse me, more so between the brother and the creature. But I didn't, because like she gave Frankenstein some time, but like
yeah,
not
but
really.
yeah,
Like she was like she basically used him for like just to make time go by, because she made it very
yeah,
clear later on that she was in love with his brother.
right, and then he kinda latched onto that.
Yeah.
Like, he never let that go because he felt like there was a moment that they had a special bond that they shared. So much so that he was like, "Yeah, brother, you can, like, go over here for, like, a couple of days, and we're just gonna hang out." And then again, he wasn't, he wasn't fully committed to the project until he was, which I feel like slowed the movie down a little bit. Like, I feel like we didn't need that, but
No.
sure, whatever. Like, it wasn't bad. It just felt like he coulda shaved off a few minutes on the runtime if we didn't have those extra scenes in there.
Correct.
But another interesting factor was Jacob Elordi was not supposed to be in this movie. It was supposed to be Andrew Garfield, and I cannot. And I think in the documentary they said like they got Jacob Elordi 9 weeks before filming,
Whew.
and that was like a last minute change. Some whatever reason, Andrew Garfield was no longer available. I think it was part of the writer's strike that was happening at the time, and then other things that were going on and delays on the film. And so then they got Jacob Elordi, and I cannot see Andrew Garfield in that role.
No.
I truly can't see it.
A lot of it is Jacob Elordi's. I mean, he was,
Yes.
to be honest, he was fantastic. Like his
Amazing.
performance was absolutely amazing. Not only that, but his stature. Can you imagine? Like
Yeah.
you need somebody as big as Jacob Elordi to play that role, to make it as
100%.
believe. Like, and not that Andrew Garfield's small, but he's smaller in comparison. He's more like average, normal height, whereas Jacob Elordi is like pretty. He's pretty tall.
Yeah,
He's a pretty
100%.
big person in just in real life in general. So it just made him as the creature just more believable. You know,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I cannot see anybody else but Jacob Elordi as the creature
Yeah,
in this role.
and I also feel like that this was like a great career move for Jacob Elordi to get this role, meaning because, like, Andrew Garfield is an established actor. He's been in the game for a while. He's been nominated for Oscars. He's done the superhero game, like, he's been around, so he can
Yeah.
kinda pick and choose the project that he wanted, and I feel like I don't know anything about his status, but I feel like with Jacob Elordi in this role, working with the Guillermo del Toro, I feel like he had more to, like, be appreciative of, and I feel like he put more into the role than maybe Andrew Garfield would have.
Yeah, I can agree
And
with that.
I feel like he had more to gain from, like, really nailing this performance,
He fucking
especially
did.
working with an established director like Guillermo del Toro. So, like, you see it on the screen, like, he's very thoughtful performance that he brought to the creature, and, like, when they were talking about his side of the story, he is both terrifying and, like, this gentle giant. Like,
Yes.
he is a child, but just like an animal, like, I honestly, I think Guillermo del Toro is like think of it like a dog. Like, a dog will be there for you, he's your right-hand man, but you piss him off, and his instinct is rage and fight, and he doesn't know anything better, and I think it was interesting to see him develop that because when he was with Victor, he only saw rage.
Hmm.
So, like, his reaction was to do that, but when he was in the cabin and he saw the old man, he saw this family interacted, and some of these other creatures in the world, he was able to learn from that. Like, the just, like, the idea of just kinda sitting there and watching life go by and you learning from either books or from other people or from the nature of it all and understanding that violence will is not a necessary evil sometimes. It just happens.
Yep.
Like Man and Wolf like was a great example that he was kind of overseeing in this like this time that he was experiencing and then like rediscovering where he came from and then going out there and searching for that. And then like after all of that like Victor was still, like, unimpressed.
Yeah.
Like, you left this creature in a state where you thought he was dead, first of all, and then you thought all he can say is one word, and he was basically, like, an idiot to him. And then now he's coming back, and he was able to find you, speak eloquently for the most part. Like, he's speaking real words, and you're still not impressed with that? You're still not giving him the time of day? It's crazy. It was interesting to see that these two characters kind of meet again and getting those different perspective and seeing where Victor came from and then seeing how the creature reacts to certain situations. I thought it was a great kind of build up to see then the death of Maya Goth and the death of his brother and then now this rage that they came about. And I feel like the cat and the cat and mouse game was kind of a little bit redundant in my opinion.
Oh
Like I'm
yeah.
not sure exactly like who was running from who. Like if you're just here for the chase, because I didn't feel like you wanted to kill him. So I don't know why we're running and he's chasing you. Like I was a little bit confused about that part. But
I do love at the end where, you know, uh, Victor Frankenstein is, after he's hearing the creature story and kind of how he got there, where he apologizes to him,
yeah,
and gives him a sincere apology, and and the creature like forgives him. So, if anything, that forgiveness is the true showcase of the height of his intelligence. Is that
yeah.
he's able to experience so much despair, but yet he still found it within himself as this thing that he created, and after all the things that he dealt with, he was able to forgive him, to truly forgive him for all the wrongs he did to him.
Yeah, and that's a really good point you bring up too, because he had no choice but to listen to his story. He was literally dying in his
Yeah,
ship.
leg
Um,
broken, all kinds of fucked up. Like I ain't going nowhere, so might as well tell me.
yeah, and it's crazy to think that, and at the end of all this, if you would just were able to just sit down and care for this creature, to listen to this creature, or a different approach to how you handled the situation, this could have been a completely different story.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like this nature versus nurture situation,
Oh, yeah.
in a way. And like how you when you have a child, how you decide to bring him into this world. And like to the point where like just listening to him, seeing his story, appreciating like, you know what? I saw you all wrong, but it was too late.
Yeah.
And then he died. And then now you have the forgiveness from his creator. And now he is still now wandering in the world. And I like the ending.
So
Like
do I.
this message of hope is like you understand kind of a little bit how the world works, but you're willing to accept it and move on to try to be the best that you can be in this kind of fucked up.
Yeah, and like instead of thinking of despair because you're gonna live forever because you're immortal, like use that as a reason to live. Like you can live the fullest life that anybody on the earth can live because of your immortality. And I also thought it was an interesting aspect. Like he's like, if you won't give me companion, I will. I forgot exactly what he said, but it was fucking great. Where he basically told him like, if you're not gonna give me a companion, like I'm gonna make your life hell. Like I'm just
That's
gonna
right.
destroy
He was
everything.
requesting for you're right, he was requesting for a that's one of the reasons why he got over there.
Yeah,
Like, he was like, "After all of my learnings, I realized I need a partner."
yeah. And if you're not gonna give me a partner, I'm gonna I'm gonna just destroy everything.
Yeah. And that was, like, his mentality at the time, is like, "I need somebody to be with me because if I'm gonna be immortal, I need to do it with somebody."
Yeah,
And I
I thought
in a
it
way, I
was
thought that was kind of a
interesting.
great tease. Not obviously, there's no sequel coming out of this, but, like, I thought it was a great, like, nod to, like, The Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, same. Yeah, agreed,
Yeah.
agreed. But yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic film. It was so
Yeah.
good.
As far as award contention, what we're feeling here?
Oh,
Do you
let's
think we're in the
see.
conversation, first of all, and then what do you think we're in the conversation for?
We're absolutely in the conversation. Like that's without a doubt. Like if they don't recognize anything from this movie, that's gonna be a fucking shame. It's
Yeah.
visually beautiful. It's like I'm thinking production design, makeup and hairstyling,
Yeah.
100%, like without a doubt, nominated, if not win. I'd have to see what else it's
Mhm.
up against, but it's
Yeah.
already for me. It's already a high contender to win, just on what I've seen. Like
Yeah.
it's absolutely gorgeous. I would think probably more technical than story wise. Like not necessarily, maybe not best picture, maybe not writing. Although I do love the writing in this. I love the narrative aspect they gave it to us. I think I really enjoyed some of the dialogue that they gave us in the film. Um,
Yeah, they said this was the most faithful adaptation of the Mary Shelley novel.
I,
And in a way that I think it was in a way that it was extremely faithful, but however, it was Guillermo del Toro's movie and his vision and his style. And there's some things that weren't in the book that he included in there, but it felt like it could have been
yeah,
in the book because it was written so well. And so like it has the style of Guillermo del Toro all over this movie, yet it was extremely faithful for like the bones that Mary Shelley wrote in her novel, especially with coming down to the ship and everything.
I I'm gonna say writing only because I thought it was so good that it makes me want to read the book.
Oh, okay, okay,
Like
yeah,
I'm very after watching this movie, I'm very intrigued in reading the book.
yeah. I do think definitely we're in the conversation for sure. Like
Yeah,
I think we're definitely going to see some nominations coming this way. I do think best pictures on the table. I think best directors on the table.
I can see
I
that.
think I can see like for sure production design, cinematography, hair and makeup, like it's all there. Like this movie to me has almost the total package. Like I still think we're looking at a slow burn in some aspects, and like I feel like it's for me it deserves a little bit of a rewatch. But I think overall, this movie is peak Guillermo del Toro, firing on all cylinders
Yes,
on everything he does best, putting into his movies, he put it into this one. You can feel the passion he had for this source material and just put it all on the screen.
I
I think
agree.
also Jacob Elordi is a good chance of either I'm not sure where he would fit either supporting actor or actor, but
Ooh.
I think he is in contention for some acting noms in my opinion.
Uh,
Granted, just looking at the film as a whole as it is, without really comparing it to anything else.
that's a really good question. Would he be under actor support? I would think that he would be under supporting, if I had to guess.
I
With
would think
with
so
Oscar
too, yeah.
Isaac being the main lead.
Even though he was in, like, half the movie,
The
and it
creature?
focused on him primarily.
I mean, there's literally an entire part of just him. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a good
But
question.
I
Who's
feel like
first on
if
the
they
post?
wanted to give
Who's
credit
first?
to
There's no first. There's no leading. There's no name on the poster, so I can't really go off of that. Usually you
yeah,
can.
all
Who's
you need
list?
is Guillermo del Toro,
Yeah.
that's enough for most people. I do feel like Oscar Isaac is probably leading,
Hmm.
and then, like, Jacob Elordi is probably supporting.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I like to assume that. But anyway, let's, as we wrap up let's do our final thoughts and our five-star rating.
Final thoughts. I thought it was a fantastic film. I actually was surprised at how much I enjoyed it, only because I've seen there's a lot of hate for this movie online, which I don't see why.
Really?
Yeah, like people are like, "Oh, it kind of falls apart in the end." It's like, no, it doesn't. Like, I don't know. Maybe you just weren't paying attention, or maybe this movie just wasn't for you. But it definitely does not. I think it has a straight through line all the way through. I think it brings up the idea of like you said, nature versus nurture, and this like and just who we are as people, and you hit a really interesting point about just parenting in general. I think there's a really
Mhm.
interesting parallel there, which you can see in how he raises the creature, and how
Yeah,
this blind stranger who can't see him for the monster he is, but
right,
sees his soul for who he was, I
right.
thought was really interesting. So I mean, there's just a lot to appreciate with this movie, and I think I think you're right. I think on top of some of the technical awards, I'm going with you on director. Uh, Maybe best picture. There's not I don't know. There's not too many big contenders from this year. There are a few, but I
There
do think
really isn't. There
and
really
and it's
isn't.
not to say that this movie's bad, but I don't think that there's not a whole lot that it's going to be up. There's a few up there, and we're going to be getting into that in the next couple of months. But I
Yeah,
definitely think that this movie's in the conversation for the Oscars next year. It's fantastic. It's too
yeah,
even though it's 2.5 hours long, it is beautiful to watch. It is absolutely great. I think the dialogue is beautiful. It's so well written.
yeah.
Um, I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna go 4.5.
Yeah, I was right there with you. Like 4.5 for me as well. This movie to me, it's like again, as I mentioned before, Guillermo del Toro firing on all cylinders. He got the right cast to support his vision, and the movie is stunning.
Yeah.
It's visually gorgeous. Like everything feels like it's very thought out. Again, the passion he put into this in every aspect of the filmmaking process, it's there. I can see it.
100%.
Some aspects of me, I feel like the half point for me is just like there are some moments that were just slow,
Yeah.
and it's a long movie, and I feel like in some moments it drags, and it's very like a thoughtful approach to certain things. But when it builds up, it's hitting,
Yeah.
and
100%.
it's really good. And I think Jacob Elordi was the standout in this movie. Like I can
Yes.
remember like a lot of his performance, and I would not be surprised if he's looking at some acting noms coming this year as well.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm with you, 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed this movie, and if it does start getting some award attention, I really wanna watch it again.
Yeah.
Uh, just so like when we get into those conversations that I have a fresher mind then, 'cause especially if the award show's all the way in March and we watch this movie back in October, November.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit of a refresh when it comes to that. So that would be a good reason for me to rewatch it. But other than that, like from when I watched it about a month ago, it was still a really it still is, and it still is a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprising to hear that people are kind of giving it hate, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I can. It's all there. It's the to me. It's almost a total package right there.
It's the whole meal.
The whole meal. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Here's your meal, Frankenstein. It's a good movie.
You piece of meal in my dinner. You piecemeal in this movie. Anyway, that's our spoiler review on Frankenstein, and that is our show for you guys this week. We are happy to be back. We might not be always consistent for the rest of the year, as far as covering, all week after week. We might be doing like every other week, at least towards the end of the year. But for the most part, we're back. We're happy to be back. We came back from hiatus. What a fun time to be back.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time, man. It was very good
Yeah.
catching up with you. I mean, we basically blew out the first 30 minutes of the show just catching up, which is fine. I'm fine with that.
Which is fine. I mean, to me, we had a fun conversation. If you weren't laughing, again, that first 30 minutes, that's for us.
Yeah, that's for us. It's just
That's for us.
getting the engines warmed up. It's been a while.
Uncle Roger got to get back on the saddle. Or in this case, we got to get back on the broom.
Back on the
Because
broom. Oh,
For
ooh.
next week.
Ooh, I
Ooh,
like that
good.
segue.
Thank you. So I wouldn't say next week, but the next time you will most likely hear our voices again, we're going to be talking about Wicked for good.
Yeah.
The highly anticipated sequel that came out of last year's Wicked Part 1. A lot of hype around this movie, a lot of advertising dollars around this movie. They promoted the hell out of this movie. So much so that Universal paid Disney for a Dancing with the Stars Wicked night. So, and they
Oh.
had the director on the show as a guest judge. And the only reason why I know this is because yes, I am keeping up with Dancing with the Stars this year. We are that age now where we watch Dancing with the Stars.
Where you recognize like
Um,
half the stars who are on there.
Well, yeah, exactly. When you're like, oh, I know half those people. It's like, oh, I see now.
Oh,
I see where I am on this age
I've
demographic.
entered a new demographic.
And you know what? Solid show.
Yeah. It's fun. I like to watch them dance.
Now it's almost the finals. They dance twice.
Ooh, we get two dances.
Two dances. But yeah, a lot of hype around the movie. And as the time of this recording, the movie has just premiering. It's opening night, and we're getting a lot split reviews. It's a
Yeah.
lot of it feels like this is gonna be a diverse movie, and I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting an outpouring of love, and that's
Correct.
not exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna enjoy it either way. I love the music. I'm
Yeah.
if anything, I'm gonna try to go with an open mind. I'm trying to avoid reviews like the plague, but a few caught my eye that I just couldn't avoid. But it's all
Yeah,
right.
and
I still want to make my own opinion. I'm gonna make my own determination, my own opinion. So we'll see.
For sure, for sure. Obviously, we're doing the same thing, but it kind of a little surprising to see like the love that came from the first movie, and then there's like a little bit of a setback. It sounds like going into the second, but again, maybe the haters are speaking louder than people who love the movie, and that's what we want to talk about. We want to see it ourselves, and we want to come back on the show next time. So if you want more from us, you can always follow us on our social media channels on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at Box Office Bingers, our X and Letterboxd page at Box Office Binger, and our Threads and Instagram page at _Bingers. Follow us on all those social media channels. You can see what's new to streaming every Friday. We'll tell you the box office numbers every Sunday. You can see our lovely faces now that we're back and getting the swing of things. You see our lovely faces on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, our movie reviews over on our Letterboxd page. It's all there on all of our social media channels, so be sure to give each one of those a follow. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for listening to us talk about movies. Really do appreciate it. Come back next time for more movie fun. You're not going to regret it. And for that, I've been your host, Matt Diaz. Matt Diaz. That's my name.
Do you know who you are?
Matt Diaz. Uncle Roger. No,
Uncle
it's
Roger.
Matt. It's Matt.
And I've been Ernesto Santos. See ya.